Downside of working EMS, being a full-time student, trying to make something work though. Yeah. All right. Well, for those of you who, oh wow, look at that, we have 5 people now. Hello, everybody. Who do we? Scopes, Josh, Scopes. I sent you the link to the recap from yesterday. I'm posting all of them on there. Alrighty, people. So, starting out this morning, we had these right here. These big wicks were data highs from some shit Trump said yesterday. These were pretty protected highs just because we'd already swept out all of this liquidity with them. So, I was expected to trade down today. The only thing kind of holding above us were ES had some equal highs up here, but we'd failed to take them once or twice, so I didn't see us really pushing super fast to go get to them. Off of open, we had a little bit of a pump come up, immediately disrespected that 5-minute gap we created in this area. ES was showing to be much more bearish than NQ. As you can see, NQ on the 5-minute was kind of ripping. I mean, it was very choppy wiki price action, but kind of had this chop following this trend line the whole way up. Finally had a super strong break of structure down. Entered off of that, targeted London low. Unfortunately, got instantly stopped out of that trade. Had a 5-minute SMT up top as well. I hate trading view. Sometimes. There it is. Had a 5-minute SMT at the top, but like I said, it was super choppy price action and ended up just going up and taking out that data high anyway. Kind of left the market alone all afternoon. It was all morning. Super choppy. Finally, after chopping up all this way to no man's land, we broke 5-minute structure to the downside. Had a quick retrace up, and then on the 1-minute, we had a huge displacement candle pull down, and inverse a 1-minute gap. Entered off of that. Targeted both of the hourly fair value gaps. I think one of them was right here at like 280. Took a first partial there and took full take profit down at the second one. And we pushed a little lower, but good to at least get 80 points. Market was super choppy. I've noticed recently that PM session has been performing much better than AM session for some reason. I know it's kind of backwards, but I've been having much better luck in the afternoon lately than the morning. So that's kind of it. Main reason I lost this first trade was we tapped into a absolutely minuscule 15-minute gap that we bounced off of. Right. Oh, it was on NQ actually. At a super small 15-minute gap we bounced out of that pushed us higher, which I should have caught, but no big deal. You win some, you lose some. Luckily, I risked 140 on this trade, I think, and ended up risking. I don't even know what I did on this one. I forget. I think I risked like 200 on the second one. So made the money back. It was a good day overall. Hopefully, this war shit comes to an end and we can get out of this choppy ass price action. Anybody have any questions? I was on here for about 40 minutes last night answering questions, so ask away if you have them.
I'm gonna go over mine as well. I'm gonna load up my. I just got home, so let me set up. Give me a second to set up mine. I'll go over my recap as well. If you guys want to listen in.
Well, in the meantime, if you want to ask questions, go ahead. I'll answer them. Questions on the trade, questions on the signals, questions on prop firms, softwares, whatever you need. What do you got? Actually caught this trade live with Chiefy, and then we signaled it in the IMBA Discord. It was kind of sick. Chiefy was there. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. any way to prevent getting faked out like on the first trade? I mean, the first trade wasn't really a fake out. It was just me missing a 15-minute gap. It was just a 15-minute gap that I missed. It kind of just was what it was. I was just the market being the market. Setup was there. I think originally ways to prevent getting faked out when you see choppy price action like this, don't take a trade in it.
Can you give me permissions to share my screen?
What do you mean by 15-minute gap? NQ had a 15-minute fair value gap right here that we tapped into. Can I give you permissions? I don't fucking know. You don't have.
No,
Oh
I
no,
don't
I
have
gotta
permissions.
take my screen down. Now you can do yours.
Ah,
Does that make
perfect.
sense? B3 shit.
All right, I'm gonna go over my reasoning. If you guys don't have any more questions for Connor, like you guys might know us already, but we are the two main coaches that Alex has entrusted with this signals group. So we're the ones that actually signal these calls. And all that entails is just like buy or sell signals, take profit levels, and stop losses, and then like we let the trade play out. So I mean, if you're missing these, then
It's free money.
it is what it is. Yeah, but you're missing out on good opportunities just to not only trade with good coaches, but actually learn from them. Like, so obviously we're doing this for free, so we're doing some kind of stuff that we don't have to do for guys who don't pay. But you will get more. You obviously get more if you're in the signals group and you learn more on how to actually trade. So I'm gonna go over my trade recap. I'm just gonna draw mine out really quick, and we'll get started with mine. So my entry was 24315 at 1034. 1034. Entry was 315. Okay, stop loss was up here at 24349. And take profit, last one was here at 290. Oh, no, never mind.
230 was the second
Oh,
stop.
no, that's 2P2. 231 was my second one. Sorry. 231. Dang. So, as you guys can see, here is the actual signal that I called out. So today at 10:34, I gave out the signal. I said, hey, I'm taking shorts at 24315. That was my entry. Then I put my stop loss, and then I took my two take profit targets. So take profit 1 at 290, take profit 2 at 231. Altogether, this is like over a 90-point move. And I mentioned since we were in a bullish trend, this was a little risky, but we were overextended. So definitely, it was definitely time to catch a short. So going into this, all I really saw was we manipulated higher. So if we zoom out a little bit, we had equal highs on ES, but we ended up sweeping this liquidity up here, as well as this liquidity. Now on ES, we ended up sweeping an equal high as well. So let me see if I can pull that up
The
really
equal high
quick.
was just the next high up on NQ.
Yeah. So yeah, we took out this equal high up here. Sorry, no. Where the fuck was it?
874, 847.
What the fuck am I looking at? I'm on Eversource. What the hell is that? Okay, I was on the wrong one.
You know
Here
what
it is.
Eversource is?
No. Okay, so I ended up taking this equal high on ES, and this is how I knew we were going to dump. This was our main target of liquidity for the day. How I know that is just because we continued to have a super bullish run, and until we hit these I was looking for a reaction off of EQs. So after we hit equal highs here, I was looking for a reaction, which I actually got. So going back to NQ, because I took it off of NQ, I waited for, god damn it, wrong one again. So basically all I waited for was, I went on the 5-minute chart. So I know on ES we already took those equal highs, so I'm looking for a reaction. So this was the first thing. So the first thing I waited for was a break of structure. So what I waited for was for structure to get broken. So I waited for this to get broken. This was my first step. So not only did we have like a SMT at the highs,
I
if
forgot
you want
what
to
it
call
was.
this the SMT, not that strong of an SMT, but still an SMT. We had an SMT at the highs. Then we had our big displacement candle down, which indicates a shift in structure. Now, once we actually hit this, we actually break the structure to the downside. Now, I'm not going to go over my strategy completely, but basically we had a pullback, which I waited for after we broke structure, and I entered off the pullback. Now, my targets were obviously down here. This was take profit 1 here at 290, and take profit 2 was down here at 31, 32. And both targets ended up getting smacked, and price even went lower. So this could have been our main target here. After we dumped, I was kind of expecting these to get taken, but it looks like maybe Asia will go and take those, or we'll continue our bullish cycle that we've had this entire run. Hopefully, I'm hoping this was the bottom of the market, and I'm hoping from here, like the war ends, and we're just bullish from here on out. But obviously, that can change depending on how the market is or how the war reacts to the market. So hopefully, Trump has some good news for us, and we can get this war over with and go back to our normal trading environment. At this time, does anyone have any questions over anything I went over or anything at all? We're here as coaches to sit here and help you and to, influence your trading careers if you guys decide to be full-time traders. So yeah, at this time, you guys are free to ask any questions, but I'm done with my example and my breakdown of my trade that I took personally.
Ba-da-da.
Can you see the chat, Connor? Because I cannot see the chat right now.
Yeah, I pulled it up. Any questions, comments, concerns, prop firms,
Oh, there's
signals?
the chat.
What do we got? Now's the time. I'm doing this shit for free. I don't have to.
So yeah, if you guys aren't in signals, I'm not saying you have to go buy signals, but I just showed you a great example of if you don't know how to trade. Me and Connor do. So our jobs is to call out signals for you guys to take. So we tell you where to buy, we tell you where to sell. Easy as that. All you have to do is literally take action, hit the buy or sell button when we say to, and I mean, I'm not going to say you're going to make money because it's not guaranteed, but eventually you'll make money from it. Not guaranteed, but yeah.
Yeah, won't guarantee it, but it's pretty hard not to, because we are.
Dude, my fucking student Alex made $900 today on 3 accounts.
Lucid or
So he made
Topstep?
like $3,000.
Either or. Very similar on both ends. Topstep's easier for beginners just because it's such like a gamified platform, so it's very easy to use. If you've traded with like TradingView or anything before, then TradeC is very easy for you as well. It's very similar. For Lucid, you just have to make sure you use the rhythmic option for TradeC when you buy the account.
I swear we get the same messages every time. It's like Lucid or Tufts. It's like, what prop firm should I use? Like, you don't have any questions of the trade?
Hey man, whatever. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got?
Yeah, personally, if you're brand new, start with Topstep's very beginner friendly, and so is Lucid. They're both great platforms, so I'd recommend it either or. Lucid, you can trade from your phone. It actually has an app, so if you download TradeC, you can actually link your Lucid to TradeC and trade off of your phone.
Payouts are
Now,
also
you could also
ridiculously fast.
trade off your phone with Topstep, but it's just from your browser. There's no actual app for it. So if you want a good platform that you could trade with your phone with, I recommend using TradeC because you can actually download the app, and it's an actual app, not just a browser.
Should I full port Trump
Should
speech tonight?
No.
You can do whatever you want, brother. It's not gonna do anything.
If he says the war's ended, then sure, full port. Go ahead.
Just full port longs.
Were you able to catch any trades today, R? I can't see your full name because I have streamer mode on, but
Raz Al Ghul, big
were you
Batman
able to
guy.
catch anything with us? I know you're in signals.
Thanks for the insight question for you two. How did you get involved with trading with Alex? Did you utilize the same strategy? We are in Alex's morning strategy. However, this is very different from that. This is like ICT based. His is more. I don't really know what it's based off of, but two different strategies. But we got to know Alex just through his other group. Just joined today. Didn't catch.
So me personally, I don't know Alex personally. Same thing. I just met him off the morning strategy. Well, I also learned how to trade myself and everything with that. I also had a mentorship before, so we trade completely different strategies. Like he has his strategy that works for him, and I have my strategy that works for me. But he's also mainly a gold trader. He usually doesn't trade NQ. He just trades NQ in the morning. Any other questions, guys? This is your time to ask. You know, you got fucking. Like Jay Hoof's been in here a couple of times. I'm glad he's taking advantage of these free calls. You know.
What we got? What we got? What we got? We got the boys typing. Chiefy's typing. Soto's typing. Jay Hooves typing. Who's gonna be first? I'm a full-time trader. Dax has a full-time job, but he could go full-time if he wanted to. His job just requires him to. His job is not a job you can just up and leave. So.
I'm in the Marine Corps, so I can't just quit my job.
Oh, okay. I don't know if you're sharing that.
Yeah, I don't care.
After sweeping liquidity, you wait for breaker structure, then a pullback for reentry. Yes. I mean, you could have just entered off the breaker structure, but I like to have a little more confirmation that we're going to continue down. Just because as easily as that move up was a liquidity sweep, a breaker structure could be simply a liquidity sweep to the downside just to continue higher. So you got to just wait for some type of confirmation off of it. Soto, do you work out? When you were watching these trades play out, are you locked in front of the computer or are you pulling trades from your phone? I'm on my computer. I trade full time, so I have a whole like setup in my house. I use a PC. I get two monitors. I trade that
I
way.
trade off of my phone, but I look at the charts on my computer.
Yeah.
Just like TGR does.
I tried trading on my phone once, but I got fucking pissed off, so I don't do that shit anymore. When I'm watching the trade play out, though, half the time I'm not even in my office. I'm just like doing shit around my house. I'm already in the trade, so me staring at it isn't gonna help anything.
No. We do look at our trades, so that's not saying we don't look at our trades, because we definitely do. Because we have to manage them and tell you guys what to do.
Just pique my interest.
So, for example, when I was in this trade, I was signaling out, hey, TP1 hit, go break even. This is important, so you're not risking any more than you're losing. Or once TP1 hits, you're going break even, so you can only win this trade now. You have nothing else to lose. You're either going to hit for more and you're going to win more, or you're going to go hit your break even and make whatever you made after it hit TP1. So there is.
Brother is trader of the family. It's piqued my interest. Fair enough, dude.
We do sit here and look at the trade to see where we're at, and then signal out to you guys, hey, go break even, or it should be a safe area to go break even.
Oh yeah, that I'll do, but I'm not like
because we know that you guys don't really know how to manage your positions, so we just do it for you.
Yeah. Jehoove. You own an engineering firm. Where's your engineering firm at? Miami. Hey, I was just in Miami in January. I think I'm going back in June. Might push that though, because usually it's. How do you know liquidity swept? Was it stacked highs? It was equal highs. ES had two equal highs. You know it was swept because once you swept it, you broke structure to the downside. So you disrespected the bullish trend you were in. Got you, bro. Setting up trades, how often are you putting a stop loss on your trades and how do you decide the size of the stop loss? 100% of the time I have a stop loss. That's the most crucial part of trading. Stop loss every single trade. How do I decide the size of it? I just place it. If I'm in a short, it's at the previous high. If I'm in a long, it's the previous low. The
So
size of
I'll
my
show you how
stop
to do
will
mine.
manage the size that I take the trade with. Just because with funded accounts, assuming you're trading a 250 or sorry, a 50K account, you want to risk at most $250 per trade.
So I'm gonna go over how I determine my stop loss. Just an easy way to do it. If you do have top step accounts, you can make a practice. So if I'm on a practice account, I can literally just, if I want to enter a trade, I can determine my stop loss. For me personally, I risk 250 every trade. So with 3 micros, my 250 stop loss. The
Yeah,
market's closed
market's
right now,
closed.
but I would hit sell 3 because I want to short it, and then I drag my stop loss above this wick, and if it's above 250 or like around 250, I'm good. If it's more than 250, I want to take less size because for me personally, I take 3 micros every trade, and I want a 250 stop. Now, depending on how far away my stop loss is, will determine how much size I can take on that trade. So if I'm risking 250 and my stop loss is 8 points, now I can size up to like 8 micros or like 10 micros. It really just depends how big my stop loss is going to be for me to be able to take a trade with more size. So hopefully that answers your question. My advice to you would be go get a practice account and test this out for yourself. Go do what you want to do on an actual account, sell it or buy it, and then drag your stop loss up. See if your stop is going to be good enough for you. But obviously, think of stop loss as the most obvious. Like if I'm in a short right now, where do you think price is going to go if it wants to stop me out? It's probably going to go back to this wick, back to this wick, back to this wick. Now, if it reverses on me, it's gonna wick me out completely. But this would be like the safest spot to have it right now, if I was in a short. Favorite indicators.
I don't have a
So
single indicator on my chart.
for me, when I'm trading top step, I'll use a couple indicators. I'll use ICT kill zones and fair value gap indicators. So instead of waiting for fair value gaps to form, I'll just have this IFVG by Nephew Sam, and it'll draw out all my fair value gaps for me,
When would be a
as you
good
can
time to
see.
use the 30-second time frame? I'd never use the 30-second time frame. I use the
Um,
1 hour, the 4 hour, the 15 minute, the 5 minute, the 1 minute.
Once again, this is the one for ICT kill zones. This will draw out all your ITC zones for sessions. So Asia session, London session, New York session. So this just helps me keep track of where high liquidity zones are.
How often, in all honesty, does a trade go south on you? And like I've seen for Alex blow an account, how often do accounts turn into payouts? Is blowing an account part of the game, or is it completely avoidable? It's part of the game. I mean, you're day trading, dude. Part of the game is losing money. You just have the benefit of not doing it on a live account and having the opportunity to do it on a funded, where if you blow a 50K funded account, it means you lost $2,000. So you lose your $100 you paid for the account, If that was a live account, you'd lose your $2,000. Um, so I mean, blowing accounts is kind of part of the game. For me and Dax, at this point, we kind of look at evals as like business expenses. So we usually size a little heavier and just try to pass them faster. But starting out, you're going to blow accounts. You're going to probably blow a lot of them. Trading is about 20% strategy and 80% psychology and risk management. And until you figure out those two things, you will continue to blow accounts. You could have a perfect winning strategy, and if you have terrible psychology, you will blow accounts. That's why risk management's so important. Just because I can lose, fuck, how many trades would it take me to lose? 250, I had to lose 8 trades in a row to blow an account. But my win rate tells me that I'm not going to lose 8 trades in a row. $100 from blowing this account. Y'all think I should bring it back or just go ahead and buy the 25k eval I want? Friday is NFP. Whenever I get close to blowing an eval, I just wait for high impact news and full port that shit. So if you're $100 from blowing it, just full port it on Friday. You're either gonna blow it or you're not. So might as well do it in a fun way, you know. NFP I think is 8:30 Eastern time on Friday. So you should like set orders like 50 up, 50 down, and let that shit rip. See if you can pass them or blow them. Yeah, strategy for full porting is do like your max number of contracts, minis, not micros, minis. Max number of contracts, place buy orders like 50 points up, place sell orders like 50 points down.
Just go look on TikTok, full porting news.
Yeah,
It'll
just
be
look
easier
up
to
like
just watch it.
NFP full porting. How do you decide when to take a payout on a funded account? Do you mentally have a certain amount you're trying to get to? No, as soon as it says I can take a payout, I take that shit. Yeah, I'm not
To go off of
not here
that, to
to
go
leave
off
money on
that,
the table.
we're not here to make money. We're here to protect our capital in any way possible.
Yeah.
That, including that, goes into limiting our losses and maximizing our wins. We're not here to fucking look at a certain amount of money. That's how you lose money. It's trying to get to a certain amount.
Yeah, as soon as that payout button turns green, I click it. If I buy another Lucid while I have one active, would it just select which one I want to trade, right? Yes, but you can also copy trade them. So if you go into there's like 3 little lines on the top of your screen. You can click those and go into the settings and turn on a copy trader. Alright, I'm gonna give you boys about 2 more minutes because my dog's downstairs tweaking because she wants to eat, so.
Yeah, I could stick around for a little bit, and if they have any more questions after you leave.
Okay. But if I don't turn it on, it won't automatically be on. Correct. Yeah, you gotta go into the settings and like automatically turn it on. Reasonable amount you can expect to make a month, more or less. I know it varies from trading. Someone like me is just looking to pay for a sports car payment, you know, haha, 3K-ish. The thing with trading is if you go into it trying to make money, you're not going to make money. You're here to predict price. You're not here to make money. So I couldn't tell you a reasonable amount. For me, a reasonable amount would be like if I could make 50K a month. That would be a reasonable amount of money. But I mean, starting out, like your goal should be if you can make 2K a month, that'd be cool. Yeah, I mean, like Josh said, it's all scalable. As of next week, I'll be trading across 10 different accounts, so that's gonna be different. If you trade 2, 3 accounts, yeah, you could probably make $1,000 or so a month, if not more. Just depends on how consistent you are. you're trading 5 accounts, double it. I don't know. At the end of the day, it all depends on your performance. But yeah, I mean, if you go into the mindset of I want to pay for a sports car, and you're just not going to make money, unfortunately. Your greed is going to overwhelm your strategy. Yes. Yeah, it's utilizing a copy trader. Correct. Yeah, I mean, my goal is to trade like 20 to 30 accounts, but I just kind of slowly pass them. I pass.
I'd recommend if you're starting out, start off on one account. Do not do more. Do not be greedy.
Yeah.
Because most likely you're going to blow multiple accounts before you actually make money. Unless you're like taking our signals or something, then you have a better chance of obviously not blowing accounts as fast. But also an opportunity to get funded and actually make real money. Like I said, I can't guarantee you profits because nobody can guarantee profits. Not even the most profitable trader can come in here and say, hey, I can guarantee you make profits off of this. It's just unrealistic.
I don't know, if TJR gave me signals, you probably make money.
It's true, actually.
I was supposed to say, if TJR was like, hey, I'm making a signals group, I'd be like, okay. Alright, well, I'm going to head out if there's no more questions. I think Dax is going to hang around. So, it was a pleasure, guys. If you're interested, message me.